Yo, what is going on, everybody? Caveman Jack back for another album reaction / review. We are back live from the studio. Yo, man, we are back for another Ghost record. We have checked out Opus Eponymous, their debut, and we've now checked out Skeleta, their latest work, which came out this year. Been really keen to get back into the Ghost grind. I really have enjoyed Skeleta more and more as I've listened to it. So I'm really excited to continue the journey. And we're going to go back to their sophomore project, Infestissumam. Infestissumam. Okay, I'm not going to just. Okay, I'm done. I'm not going to try to say that again. Really interested to see what kind of elements we get here. Opus Eponymous had some darker, heavier elements at time, which I really enjoyed. Skeleta felt a little bit more poppier, which over time I've really enjoyed as well. And on a first listen, I enjoyed Skeleta, but through further listens, it's become catchier and catchier, and now it's just I love it. Cenotaph being one of my favorite songs of this year. I absolutely adore the message behind that song, and it just makes me feel so good. Lacrima, again, one of my most listened to songs this year. I've loved listening to Lacrima over and over again. Peacefield, great intro. Interested to see, how the band kind of transitions and how Tobias kind of builds up to Skeleta. Is it going to be a little bit more grounded and grungier like Opus Eponymous, this sophomore record, or are we going to start seeing those elements come into play? Who knows? Excited to get into it. So let's get into it. This is Infestissumam by Ghost. The most Ghost intro you could have, right? That's pretty tough. I like it. So Ghost now, like it's very starting to learn distinct Ghost sounds, and that guitar is just very Ghost. Those kind of like harmonies, that choir, that church gospel sound, very intro to Peacefield like, really sets the tone of the album. That dark gothic element is very prevalent. We're just going to let this one roll into the next track. And I don't even think I'm going to try and just say what it says. Oh, nice shift. Yeah, it's a good transition. There it is. Aspera Ad Inferi. Wow. In the context of Christianity, the meaning of Astra becomes akin to the geographical heavens. So people say when they're in hard times, the kind of, well, it sucks now, but it will be in heaven in the end. So Papa is saying the same, but encouraging the desire for hell rather than heaven. That is dark, man. I tell you, man, some of the lyrics on that first Ghost record and now this one, there, man. They're so... You know what I mean? Like, that shit's heavy as, like... Hear our desperate call. lyrics on this one, very, very short in terms of the story he's telling. Really propelling that line throughout the track. Damn, okay. You just hear the heavier elements. Like you oppose this to, you compare this to Skeleta, and it is very different. It's almost like a carnival ride, like an evil carnival ride. I mean, the guitar riffs are still really tough. It's a lot heavier. The chorus. The song's not grabbing me as much, but I think the chorus is working. The bridge here is nice. The heaviness here. That. Off the bat, kind of got that same vibe as Opus Eponymous. You're kind of getting that feeling. It's a lot heavier, you know. I imagine we're going to see the transition through each album as it progressively becomes a little bit more, I wouldn't say poppier, but a little bit like, yeah, less heavy. It's probably the word I would say. I feel like the first two albums probably a little less accessible as opposed to Skeleta, which I think has those lighter elements in it, which a person diving in for the first time for that genre, it might be a lot easier to listen to than Opus Eponymous or now Infestissumam. But I enjoyed the heavier elements of Opus Eponymous. It was obviously a heavier track, which I appreciate, but just instrumentally, it just didn't grab me as much as some of the heavier tracks on Opus Eponymous. But in saying that, I enjoyed the kind of progression on Per Aspera Ad Inferi. That I enjoyed, that way that one built. We had a lot more kind of lyrics here, but just couldn't wrap my head around this one. That's nice. Favorite so far on the record. I'm really enjoying the progression. I think Tobias sounds really good. His voice is carrying. And it's just like, it's working really well, the instrumentation. Definitely kind of gives a later Ghost feel as well, like a Skeleta element. Yeah, this is a track, man. This is a track. Really enjoyed this track. It's kind of feels like a hybrid of the older sound plus the newer sound. That's what we like. That's what we like. The synth work. Oh, that's Tobias. I like this. I like this. Probably my favorite track on the album. Was reading here, that song is very much about lust, and he, the protagonist, being the Antichrist, the son of Satan, he is lustful, and he is very much that the element of lust is a key prominent element of that song. I love the way the song built. I thought Tobias sounded great on it. The mixing was awesome. I felt like a lot of the instrumentation had a lot of weight, so you could really kind of experience it all. I'm losing my voice as I'm saying this, but a really great track, a really fun track. This next song here, probably the longest Ghost song I've seen, Ghuleh / Zombie Queen, so maybe it's just going to be 2 tracks in one, 7.5 minutes. It's a long Ghost song. Let's have a listen. Okay. Piano? Just wait for that heavy guitar to come in. The word Ghuleh is the female term for ghoul. Got a bit of Alex Turner, late Arctic Monkeys feel to the way he's singing this. Yeah, okay. Man, wasn't expecting this. I like this, man. I like this. Yo, shout out to Tobias, man. I wasn't expecting this kind of ballad, bro, on this record. I'm here for it, though. I'm here for it.
Once a majesty, now exposing bone.
Oh, brother, come on, man. You already know. You already know I'm loving those Sims, man. Come on. Oh, that's classic, man. That's classic. Okay, here's the transition. How's this Zombie Queen element gonna feel?
The moon is full and shines an evil, blinding light. Under a monolithic likeness, marble
Give me a bit of a Muse feel, this chorus.
black light guides you. Ghuleh, Ghuleh. Zombie queen. Zombie queen. Up from the stinking dirt she rises, ghastly
Kind of like stops mid-verse of guitar.
shape-shifting soon, but now she's rigid, stiff and stale.
Yeah. Yeah, very atmospheric, cinematic track, this one. 7 minutes.
Black light guides you.
I think it's my favorite. I think it's my favorite. I'm loving it.
Zombie queen.
Oh, it's good, man.
Zombie queen. Black light guides you. Ghuleh, Ghuleh. Zombie queen. Zombie queen. Black light guides you. Ghuleh, Ghuleh.
Oh, brother, this is a phenomenal ghost song. Phenomenal. What do I say to this, man? I don't know. Brother, that might be one of my favorite ghost tracks that I've listened to. I love that song. Man, hearing the Ghuleh first like 2.5 minute part of that song, so like, oh my gosh, is that piano? The ballad like was fantastic. It was like getting the best of both worlds for me. A track where we get that ballad like start, which was so emotive and so great, and then diving into the heavier element, which kind of gave me a little bit of that, some of the emotion and feeling and instrumentation that I got in Skeleta. It was a nice balance of both. I loved the idea of the song. I was reading here, the song's theme is nostalgia, longing for something that was in the past. This idea of that nostalgic goggles and just remembering what it's like. That track was awesome. I loved how Tobias sounded on it. Cannot fault that track. I really cannot. And I was really like, when the zombie queen part came in, I was like, please be good, because I love the Ghuleh part so much. I was like, please don't be a track that whenever I put it on, I listen to the Ghuleh part and the zombie queen part doesn't do it for me. I was so stoked that the track as a whole, 7.5 minutes, did its thing. Where do we actually go from there? That is just a phenomenal song. Okay.
Satanas, Lucifer.
Pretty tough. It's pretty tough.
Since dawn of time, the fate of man is that of lice, equal as parasites and moving without eyes. That day of reckoning when menace is to burn. El Satan Arcangelo, El Satan, welcome your
Oh man, it's just like that ghostly chorus, you know, just hearing that with the really sinister electric guitar, it's just very effective.
crestfallen kings and queens comforting in their faith, unbeknownst to them is the presence of the wraith. Since fate of man is equal to that fate of lies, as new dawn rises, you shall recognize now the Lord of
So Year Zero, very tough song, tough instrumentation. Apparently it is the concept of the birth and rise of Satan. So a very, very intense subject matter. But the music kind of backed that subject matter. You could feel that it was intense. All right, let's keep it going. This next track is called Body and Blood. Right. Okay. Okay. Interesting.
This grave will steam of death. A leak from the ground catches whiff of behind. A dead one's grave. His body of blood, sharing in common. His body of blood. His body of blood, serving Messiah. He's a simple charlatan. Inflaming puerile minds with the guilt of sin.
Well, apparently the concept of this song is it's a combination of two words, idol being, you know, a deity or a person on top of a spiritual hierarchy, and then latrine referring to a toilet or a simpler facility which is used as a toilet. So basically he's just shitting on like a hierarchy in this track. Shout out to Genius for helping me out with that.
Existence as a human is led in monotony, with all desires drowned in pure sanctimony. Idolatry for the imbeciles. Idolatry. Suffer little princess and princesses. Suffer little children to come unto me. Suffer little children to come unto me. Escapes of murmur, noisy walls of sound. Without a starlit night, yours nowhere to be found. Into the ice of fire, into the gates ablaze, into the burning light of Satan's rays. Spiral and pulsating, his eyes are enthralling, his eyes like a vortex, a well in which you're falling.
Feels like Tobias is trying out a couple of different things on this record. Some of them are landing, some of them aren't really landing for me. But you can hear the kind of experimentation as he's trying to find his footing in this sound, what would be ghost.
The swamp of feces, that is the world.
Damn. What a line.
Flatulates a whirlwind storm in which you swirl. Into the ice of fire, into the gates ablaze, into the burning light of Satan's rays.
That was another track there. There's been a couple on this record that just haven't grabbed me from a melodic point of view, from an instrumentation point of view. I think this album's a little bit longer than Opus Eponymous. So we're kind of, Opus Eponymous felt a little bit more of a tighter runtime. This album has a lot of, like I was saying earlier, Tobias trying things out. He's finding his footing. It's a sophomore record. He kind of found a little bit of a niche sound in Opus Eponymous, and then it's trying to expand on it here. And there are things that are working for me. There are mixes that are sounding too heavy, too convoluted, and then there are absolute gems on this album as well that have really been phenomenal. So I think we're getting a little bit of both on this record. And as we go into the last song on the album, we'll do a little bit of a chat afterwards, just kind of see how this album sits for us. A lot of great things still within this record. Don't get me wrong.
To the sound of the monstrance clock, air is cleansed, assemble flock, black candles burn all nights alive.
Man, that is very ghoulish.
To the sound of the monstrance clock, air is cleansed, assembled flock, black candles burn all minds alive. Come together, together as one. Come together.
Yeah, so reading into this song, it's very sexual. It's very much talking about the lust and the pleasures that we can enjoy. Very much a very sexual track, this one.
Hypnotizing horns of rain, paralyzing pentagram, and the eerie sound of the monstrous clock, singing, come together, together as a one, come together.
Nice outro. The outro is working. It's very solid. Man, Infestissumam. Still can't say that right. Interesting ride. Feels very much like a sophomore record as Tobias tries to find his sound a little bit more. And there's definitely elements where you see it kind of coming together. Some of the tracks felt like they went for a bit too long as he kind of explored these different elements and these different themes. The theme of the album was much more prevalent. Like the Satan elements, I think, were a lot more in your face than Opus Eponymous. Opus Eponymous, they definitely were there. Don't get me wrong. This album here, the lyricism very vocal, very prominent for that theme. Now, an interesting ride. There were some tracks on that record that I absolutely adored. Like there's about a 3-track run there that I think is really solid. Going from Jigolo, I'm just gonna say Jigolo, moving into Ghuleh / Zombie Queen, and then year 0, sorry. Very much a 3-track run that I think really encapsulates and showcases Ghost's incredible talent to make mesmerizing music. Fair few tracks on this album that kind of lost me at times. Very, like I said, a bit too long in length at times. But overall, you can't help but be intrigued and want to know what's next with Ghost. And I think that's really fun that regardless of, I was still very keen to hear what was going to happen next. Some of the synth work was really good. I think I loved that on Skeleta. So I'm really keen to see how Tobias progresses through his discography. I think we've got 3 more albums, maybe some EPs here and there we'll check out. I don't know if we'll check them out on the channel, but we'll keep listening for sure. Let me know in the comments what you guys think of this record. What's your favorite track off it? Have you seen Ghost live? Really hoping Ghost comes back to Australia soon. That would be unreal. If you guys enjoyed what you saw and want to see more, I have listened to Opus Eponymous, Ghost debut, and Ghost's latest work, Skeleta. Take care, everybody. My name is Caveman Jack, and I will see y'all in the next video. Cheers.